Good morning. Coming up here on GMA, while I was there last week, there are a series of new storms coming at the Bay Area all the way down to Los Angeles, even San Diego. I've got to tell you, this series of storms does not look to have an end in sight. There are high wind alerts all the way to Texas because some of these storms will start getting picked up and moving east. We'll get into all of that. And also ahead on GMA, President Biden's lawyers revealed that documents marked classified were found in office space that he used as a private citizen. The Justice Department is now reviewing how that happened. Those developing stories and so much more right here on GMA.
In our next hour, GMSA, looking for money for college may be easier than you think if you know where to look. We'll tell you how to find hidden scholarships. And we're tracking that fog and mist with our friends over at TransGuide. Ahead this hour, a scary scene on the northeast side after a driver barrels into a bedroom in the middle of the night. We'll tell you if anyone was hurt.
I'm ABC's Justin Finch. The White House says it is cooperating with the Justice Department investigation centered on classified records recently found at President Biden's former office. Why some say this is not like the Mar-a-Lago case, and more details ahead.
The play action, Bennett looks down the middle, McConkey's wide open, touchdown Dogs!
TCU's storybook season comes to a decisive end last night in the College Football National Championship. We're going to have all the highlights.
And how much are you willing to spend on a toilet that does just about everything? We'll take a look at the design specs and tell you how much it'll cost you.
Interesting. And let's look out there with a live cam, a little bit of a blurry shot out there, but it's been foggy and a little mist here and there.
Live from KSAT 12. Good Morning San Antonio starts right now.
Rise and shine, South Texas. It is Tuesday, January 10th.
Yeah, happy Tuesday. Thanks for joining us. Hope you enjoyed that beautiful weather yesterday, and this morning not as cold as yesterday morning.
And Mike said we might have some fog around, and very early this morning it was a big deal here in town.
It is still a big deal in some spots. It has actually improved slightly out there at the airport. That doesn't mean we're completely out of the woods as of yet. And you might need just a light little jacket for the kids just because it's that sort of dampish chill because it's got such high humidity out there. Other than that camera being slightly out of focus, the visibility has improved. As a matter of fact, it was right around 2 miles. Now it's up to 6 miles visibility out there at the airport. At one point, it actually dropped down to a quarter mile. Quarter mile at Hondo as well as Castroville. A lot of fog down to the south around Pleasanton. New Braunfels, not bad, but we're starting to see more out in Bernie Stage as well as Kerrville. Fredericksburg is now down to 0 visibility. And then further out to the west, the fog remains, the clear skies remain. The fog is not invaded out there as of yet. We've got a dense fog advisory for the eastern 2/3 of our area up until 10 o'clock this morning, so for the next 4 hours. So even though it may be a little bit better at times, we'll still be on the lookout for some of this fog. Temperatures are very consistent thanks to the cloud cover, thanks to the very high humidity out there, and they're not going to be moving too much throughout the rest of the morning. Mountain Cedar is on the moderate side. They really dropped down from the previous day's reading. Of course, the updated count comes out in just about an hour and a half or so. So temperatures upper 50s, right around 60 this morning, and then late morning we're going to start to see more sunshine around here. Things will begin to clear on out. We're going to make it up to the mid 70s at noon, and then top off today up to 80. So it is going to be very, very warm, 15-20 degrees above normal, plus some of that humidity around here. Now we're going to do the same thing tomorrow. Fog in the morning, very warm in the afternoon. Then a front moves through on Thursday. How cool will it get? What's in store for the weekend? Details coming up in just a couple of minutes. Traffic Authority. Stephen, any big problems out there?
Not just yet, Mike, but 6:03 we can expect traffic to pick up at least. You can see there 35 at Evans. Both those north and southbound lanes don't look too bad, but we are seeing the roads get a little bit busier there at 35 at Salado Creek. And really that's going to be the trend at this point, is just busier roadways. Of course, we've been keeping a close eye on some of the fog that has been lingering around some of our TransGuide cameras, but it doesn't really seem to be hindering the commute at this point. 410 at McCullough, not a bad shot there, but we take you to the map. This just popped up off of 410 near State Highway 151. You can see it there on the map. A crash looks like it was reported. I'll get a closer look, find out exactly how that's going to impact the drive, but it doesn't really look like we're seeing any delays, at least at this point. But nonetheless, watch out for those flashing lights as first responders work to clear the scene. Right now, travel times to the Alamo City, 28 minutes. Pretty pleasant from Pleasanton on I-37 northbound. Highway 90 looks to be about the usual drive time, about 30 minutes if you're traveling in the eastbound lanes, and that arrival from Idle should be within about 17 minutes or so. Let's get it back here on TransGuide 281 at San Pedro. Again, roads are just getting a little bit busier there, and we're not really seeing any issues on any of these TransGuide cameras, but I'll get our friends over there on the phone to find out exactly what we're seeing on 410 at State Highway 151, and we'll keep you updated in the next few minutes. Mark?
Thank you, Stephen. New this morning, San Antonio police say a woman drove through the bedroom of a Northeast Side home overnight. It just happened before 1 a.m. on Green Jay Drive, not far from Higgins and Lane. Police say the woman was driving down Lane and crossed over Higgins before going through a fence and into the back bedroom. No one was in the room at the time, so no one was hurt. San Antonio police say the woman was detained on suspicion of DWI.
A scary scene in the Converse area overnight as crews responded to a restaurant fire. It started around 9:30 at Wu's Chinese Cuisine off of Old Seguin Road. Now, crews were able to get the flames knocked out quickly without anyone getting hurt. They say it was all sparked by a grease fire in the kitchen.
Texas is set to execute a former police officer today for hiring two people to kill his wife.
The murder for hire plot took place back in 1994, and our Sarah Costa joins us live in the studio with how the former officer's attorneys attempted to stop that execution. Good morning.
Good morning. Several attempts. His attorneys appealed to the Texas Board of Pardons and Paroles and the Supreme Court. However, both denied to grant any stop to the inmate's execution. So Robert Frada, 65, is scheduled to receive a lethal injection for the November 1994 deadly shooting of his wife, Farah, amid a contentious divorce and custody fight for their 3 children. Prosecutors say the former suburban Houston police officer organized the murder for hire plot in which a middleman hired the shooter. Both of those men were also sent to death row for the killing. Prosecutors say Frada had repeatedly expressed his desire to see his wife dead and asked several acquaintances if they knew anyone who would kill her. So Frada would be the first inmate put to death this year in Texas and the second in the U.S. 8 other executions are scheduled in Texas for later this year. Steph?
Thank you, Sarah. Looking ahead, it was a story that you would see in a Hollywood crime show, only it happened right here on the streets of San Antonio. The double life of a Balcones Heights police officer ends in a shocking shooting. You can join us for a night of true crime with the official debut of the rebranded Texas Crime Stories podcast. It starts virtually on YouTube Wednesday night at 7. Hosts Erica Hernandez and Lee Waldman will look back on the killing and double life of Julian Pesina, a Balcones Heights police officer with ties to the Texas Mexican Mafia, during this exclusive KSAT Insider event. We're going to have all that information on our website at ksat.com.
Today, the 88th Texas legislature will convene at the state capitol in Austin. The opening day swearing in will be at noon. They will decide on what to do with nearly $30 billion in a budget surplus. Governor Greg Abbott is asking for property tax relief. Local lawmakers say education, including school debt, teacher pay, mental health, and health care should be priorities. As bills get filed, we'll get a better idea on what's being put in at the forefront of this upcoming session in Austin.
The Justice Department has launched a preliminary investigation into classified presidential documents.
This time the focus is recently on found records at a Washington, D.C. office space President Biden used off and on in the run-up to his 2020 presidential campaign.
ABC's Justin Finch has more.
Good morning. The White House says it is cooperating with the Justice Department's probe, saying a small number of classified records in question were handed over to the National Archives immediately after they were discovered. This morning, ABC News has learned the Justice Department has launched a preliminary investigation into classified records from President Biden's time as vice president. The White House confirming a small number of documents with classified markings were discovered when President Biden's personal attorneys were packing files housed in a locked closet at the Penn Biden Center, where Biden kept in office before his 2020 election campaign. Telling ABC News it's cooperating with the National Archives and the Justice Department. Biden now in Mexico, not answering questions about the matter. Former President Trump was quick to respond, asking when is the FBI going to raid the many homes of Joe Biden, perhaps even the White House. The White House drawing a hard line between this investigation and the Justice Department's criminal probe into the trove of FBI-seized classified records from Trump's Mar-a-Lago estate.
This appears to be a wildly different, at least at this stage, situation than what former President Donald Trump is facing.
Sources tell ABC Attorney General Merrick Garland is assigning U.S. Attorney John Losh to head this review. The Trump appointee will investigate the chain of possession of those classified documents. Justin Finch, ABC News, Washington.
Former McDonald's CEO Stephen Easterbrook is now facing charges from federal regulators that he misled investors about his firing in 2019. The SEC now says he was let go for an inappropriate relationship with an employee, but his separation agreement at the time said the termination was without cause, which left Easterbrook keep millions in compensation. Instagram is reshuffling its navigation tabs. The overhaul coming next month will remove the Shop tab from the bottom of your screen, so the lineup will be Home, Search, Create, Reels, and Profile. Instagram says the goal is to simplify and focus more on bringing people together.
Okay, check this out. It's a toilet, excuse me, that does just about everything you need it to do and more. Plumbing company Kohler has unveiled this new smart toilet this week at the Consumer Electronics Show. Okay, it's called the Numi 2.0. I want to see what 1.0 was, but this is 2.0. Comes with a built-in Amazon Alexa, mood lighting, and sensors that lift the seat as you approach. It also plays music or the news or weather reports for you. You're welcome. If that's not enough, it even cleans itself with UV light to kill bacteria and germs. So, how much will it cost you? Any guesses without looking at the prompter stuff?
I already looked.
Oh, you already looked. How much, Mike?
$3,000.
$10,000.
Why do you need Alexa?
Why not?
On a toilet?
Stephen, why not?
Oh my gosh. And
That's crazy.
Okay, why? Stephen?
Because it's convenient. Convenience is great.
For a lot of people, the key selling point, and I don't know if it's $10K worth, but that it cleans itself.
Yeah, I mean,
yeah,
that's a nice, feature.
Oh, nothing like a fancy toilet to get us talking on GMSA. 6:11 right now, 58 degrees.
And still ahead, an update to a story we first brought you on GMSA. 3 siblings killed in a terrible car crash on the northeast side. As the morning continues, many are asking now, what can be done to prevent accidents like this one? We're going to have that story coming up a little later.
Just ahead, did you catch the Frogs and Dogs in the College Football National Championship game last night? Well, it was about as lopsided as you can get. We will have a recap after the break.
And let's look out there with a live cam. It is 58 degrees right now. Not that cold, but you still may want to grab a light sweater. We'll be right back. And welcome back at 6:15. The college football season has come to a close. TCU and Georgia faced off last night at SoFi Stadium in what would become history in the making. ABC's Rena Roy was at the big game.
The Georgia Bulldogs look strong on both sides of the ball. So strong, they took home the championship title for the second year in a row. The first repeat champ since Alabama over a decade ago.
The Dogs were led by their Heisman Trophy finalist quarterback Stetson Bennett, who helped Georgia strike first with a 21-yard rushing touchdown. The team keeping that momentum steady. TCU tried to put up a fight with quarterback Max Duggan completing a 60-yard pass, setting up their first score, but Georgia crushing TCU going into halftime. The Dogs' defense keeping Duggan and TCU at bay throughout the rest of the game, to the delight of many diehard Georgia fans who witnessed history unfold.
This year's team was different. Like they just had this eye of the tiger. They weren't going to lose.
More than 70,000 fans attended in person and millions more watched at home in what was considered one of the most unlikely championship games in years. At SoFi Stadium, Rena Roy, ABC News.
Meanwhile, in the NBA, our Spurs were back in action last night, taking on the Memphis Grizzlies. Silver and Black looking to avenge their loss to the Celtics on Saturday. Spurs held their own against a very good Memphis team. 6 of our guys finished in double digits, with Trey Jones 18 points leading the way for San Antonio. But the Grizzlies' Tyus Jones could not be stopped. The Spurs end up losing another close one. The final from FedEx Forum, Grizzlies win at 121-113. Now, the good news for the Spurs, they'll get another shot at Memphis tonight. and avoid losing 3 in a row. Tip-off is set for 7 o'clock this evening in Memphis.
All right, go Spurs go. Let's go ahead and check in with our Stephen Cavazos.
It's been a quiet morning out on the roadways, guys. Let's get a look around town. You can see that 410 at Perrin Vital just getting a little bit busier at this point. 410 north at Ingram, though, not really a bad shot. You can see, yeah, the roads are getting a little bit more busy with traffic moving along out there. We did have one issue that popped up along State Highway 151 near 410 on the west side of San Antonio. That already cleared out, so it wasn't anything to be too concerned with. And really what we are going to be seeing right now are just maybe some quiet roadways, but traffic picking up a little bit. Something to plan ahead for our friends over on Loop 410 on the northeast side of San Antonio. We're going to see some drilling work take place tomorrow. So this is going to be overnight. Make sure that you plan ahead of time because it will take us up until Friday, January 13th. This is overnight, so as I mentioned, 9 in the evening to 5 in the morning. That's when you will see a right shoulder closure on Loop 410 eastbound between Perrin Vital and Interchange Parkway. You can scan this QR code, and that has a full list of closures that are happening right now in and around the Alamo City. So again, as always, just plan that commute ahead of time. But right now, pardon me, the commute here in town is moving along just fine.
Quick correction, Spurs rematch with Memphis is tomorrow night at 7 o'clock.
Yeah, we still wish them the best. And then Friday, they'll be back here in San Antonio.
For the big game in the Big Dome.
Obviously, they planned it so that they're playing Golden State, and that's the first one they played.
If you're taking young kids, earmuffs.
Yeah,
it's going to be loud in the Dome.
That'll be exciting. I'm excited about tag team being there. Yeah.
What song do they sing again? I had this conversation with RJ Marquez.
So we were joking because a lot of people, like my daughter, will think it's Scoop. There it is because of the insurance commercial. But it's actually there it is. Yeah.
Oh, Rooney.
Yeah. She's like, Scoop. I'm like,
and they're one of the featured performers for the 50th anniversary game?
Yeah. Cool. That'll be exciting.
All right. Roll the bus, and you might need a light little jacket just because it's that sort of dampish cool. You know, it's mid 50s, close to 60. This morning, there's a little bit of mist out there as well as some fog in places. Then it's going to be a hot one today, basically. 15, 20 degrees above normal, 80 for a high temperature, and we will have enough humidity out there to where you are going to notice it. It's a beautiful day yesterday. I mean, it was absolutely spectacular out there with those gorgeous blue skies. It's going to be a gorgeous one again today. The difference being we are going to have some humidity around here, but we'll have plenty of sunshine. Yvonne, thank you very much for the KSAT Connect picture. All right, visibility out at the airport is not too bad as of right now. It went up from a quarter mile earlier this morning up to 6 miles. Port SA has improved. Castroville, a little bit better than what it was. Same thing at Hondo, but still some fairly thick fog, and it's starting to thicken up now around Kerrville. You're holding at 10 miles visibility for a long time this morning, and then plenty of fog off to the east as well. Fredericksburg 0. Then further out in the western part of the hill country, we've got good visibility. Dense fog advisory. Now, obviously, Bandera, Kerrville, Gillespie County aren't included in this, but you've got some of that thick fog. But where the thick fog is, dense fog advisory is in effect for the next few hours up until 10 o'clock. As far as humidity, it's going to stay, like I said, fairly humid throughout the rest of today. It drops down somewhat in the afternoon, but not as nice as what we had around here yesterday. And then it comes back up again tomorrow morning, so we'll have more fog to deal with tomorrow morning. And then going into Thursday morning, here comes that drier air. And as that moves on through here, associated with that front, that's going to knock the humidity down. So that's going to allow low temperatures to cool back down finally close to normal readings by by Friday morning and Saturday morning. Still Sunday morning is going to be on the cool side as well. And then the humidity is going to try and work its way back in here throughout the day on Sunday, and it is going to be milder. Overall, with the exception of a couple little waves, this is pretty much a straight west to east airflow aloft in the atmosphere. We get these little disturbances. Here's the little front that moves through here on Thursday. Pulls in some of that cooler air. Bit of a warm up comes in here by Sunday, and then another weak little front's going to move on through. But we're not seeing these upper level wind lines dropping down straight out of Canada like what we saw right before Christmas with that brutally cold air around here. So good news, bad news. Good news, we're not going to get any brutally cold air. If you love cold air in the wintertime, bad news is we're not going to get any very cold air around here. 74 degrees today at noon, mostly sunny skies, and then high temperature makes it up to 80. Again, 15, 20 degrees above normal today. Very warm and somewhat on the humid side. More mist and fog to deal with tomorrow morning. very warm in the afternoon again, and then the front moves on through here Thursday morning. So we'll start off kind of mild, then 65 high temperature. Same thing Friday, Saturday. Very chilly in the mornings, Friday, Saturday, as well as Sunday, but the humidity comes back in for the first of the week.
Mike, this time of year, we really don't need a pollen count. All you have to do is listen for the sneezes at home or work, and you can see how things are going. And right now, it's a heavy sneeze week.
And right now, Mountain Cedar had dropped down in yesterday's reading. Of course, the updated count's going to come out, but Thursday, with that front, it's going to be very windy on Thursday out of the northwest. So
fair warning.
Yeah.
Okay.
All right, thank
We'll
you.
be ready.
622, 58 degrees.
Cleanup continues in California this morning after a wave of extreme weather. We're going to take a look at the aftermath.
ABCs of CKD. A is for awareness, because knowing that your chronic kidney disease and type 2 diabetes could progress to dialysis is important. B is for belief that there may be more you can do. Just remember that K is for kidneys and Kerendia. For adults living with CKD and type 2 diabetes, Kerendia is proven to reduce the risk of kidney failure, which can lead to dialysis. Kerendia is a once-daily tablet that treats CKD differently than type 2 diabetes medications to help slow the progression of kidney damage and reduce the risk of cardiovascular events, such as heart attacks. Do not take Kerendia if you have problems with your adrenal glands or take certain medications called CYP3A4 inhibitors. Kerendia can cause hyperkalemia, which is high potassium levels in your blood. Ask your doctor before taking products containing potassium. Kerendia can also cause low blood pressure and low sodium levels. So now that you know your ABCs, remember K is for kidneys. And if you need help slowing kidney damage, ask your doctor about Kerendia.
Coming up today on GMS 89, we're checking with the state of the local economy and how small businesses have grown in recent years.
Plus, a local elementary school is being transformed into a dinosaur museum. Tiffany Huertas will be there live to show us the exhibit and tell us more about what students are learning.
Those stories and more today on GMSA at 9.
And time now, 6:26 and 58 degrees for now.
A few more folks are hitting the roads for the Tuesday morning commute. You're looking live at 37 in Pecan Valley. Loop 410 rather. At McCullough, we'll get a traffic update from Stephen Cavazos coming up after this next break.
3 siblings killed in a car crash on the northeast side of town. Coming up, what people who live in that area say they want done to prevent accidents like this one.
Mrs. Warner was the last person to leave that class, and then she stopped. She turned around. She turned around to make sure that every one of those students was safe.
This morning, new details out of Newport News, Virginia, where police say a 6-year-old student shot his teacher using his mother's handgun. How that teacher was able to help save the lives of students just ahead.
It's incredibly rewarding. I kind of feel like I'm doing my most important work in my life.
A glimmer of hope for those suffering from combat-related PTSD, the treatment being used to help our nation's heroes work through trauma.
Outside with LiveCam this morning, we've been dealing with some fog and mist around parts of the KSAT 12 viewing area. We'll get an update from Mike Osterhage, who is standing by with us.
Good morning. It is Tuesday, January 10th. Thanks for joining us today.
Glad you are with us. Let's get an update on the fog situation with meteorologist Mike Osterhage.
Well, you can see in this picture behind me, it has improved out there at the airport. Some areas, though, still have a lot of thick fog, and in some areas it has actually gotten thicker than what it was just a little while ago. Yeah, the camera's somewhat out of focus over there, but out at the airport, we've got 58 degrees, dew point's at 57. Actually, the dew point has dropped down a couple of notches just in the past few hours, and the wind is out of the west to southwest, 5-10 miles per hour. So that helps to sort of keep the fog from forming up. When you don't have any wind out there, that's when you really get some of the thicker fog. Kerrville is now down to a quarter-mile visibility. Same thing, Castroville, Hondo, a little bit of fog around Bernie Stage. Right around Bexar County, things have definitely improved. Same thing, New Braunfels. Fog now, Pleasanton still, and then Fredericksburg, 0 visibility. So we've got almost this little bit of a kind of a drier wedge kind of coming on in here into San Antonio. But then down to the southeast, got a lot of thick fog. Still have the dense fog advisory in effect up until 10 o'clock this morning, and for about the eastern 2/3 of the area. Temperatures a little cooler out where we don't have as much fog out there toward Uvalde. Well, obviously it's It's cooler in Kerrville, but you got some of that fog, and then mid-upper 50s, low 60s. So we are anywhere from 15, 20 degrees above normal right now, and that's how we're going to end up today as well. Mountain Cedars on the moderate side. It dropped down significantly yesterday from the previous day's reading, and of course the updated count comes out in about an hour, and then got big front to worry about, though, on Thursday as far as that Mountain Cedar is concerned. First of all, some pea soup fog in places. There's also a little bit of mist out there. Had some on the windshield coming into work this morning. And then sunny and very warm. That's going to be the situation tomorrow as well, also starting off with some fog. Then the front moves through early on Thursday, and that's going to give us some cooler temperatures. Well, just knocking us back down to normal finally. It's going to be windy on Thursday as well. It's probably going to be shaking up those mountain cedar trees, and we'll have some very chilly mornings then Friday, Saturday. Nice looking weekend. Then it'll be slightly warmer and more humidity to finish out the weekend. Details in just a couple of minutes. Traffic Authority, Steve, it's been pretty quiet overall this morning.
Considering the fog, right? And some of the mist that we can probably expect to see out there. But thankfully, things are pretty clear here. 1604 at FM 78. Traffic's moving along just fine, and really that has been the trend so far. So it's been smooth sailing for this Tuesday morning. 410 at Jackson Keller, even at Perrin Beidel, even though the shots show a busy commute, we are not spotting any major issues at this point. However, we are going to start seeing slowdowns. Remember, it is morning rush, so people will be heading to work. Maybe some folks are getting a head start with getting their kids ready for school as well. So we will see a lot more traffic out there, and that's why we're going to see more situations like this, where we see US 90 in the far west side, just past 1604, a little bit of a slowdown that's building out there. It does also look like we have a stalled vehicle along 410 as you approach Bandera, so just make sure you check your vehicles before you get out on the roadway. We're going to continue to watch the roads closely, but thankfully, Mark and Steph, the fog doesn't seem to have caused any major trouble for travelers, at least just yet.
Thanks for the update, Stephen. Our top story this morning, a San Antonio family returned to the crash site for a vigil held for 3 siblings who were killed in a car crash on the city's northeast side.
The tragedy happened over the weekend, and Sarah Costa joins us live here in the studio with reaction from the community.
Good morning, Mark. Good morning, Steph. Yeah, so that family was embraced by prayers from the community last night during the vigil to honor the lives of the 3 siblings that were killed. The deadly crash happened at the intersection of Thousand Oaks and Alamo Blanco Street on Sunday, just blocks away from the siblings' home. The Flores Hasso siblings were identified by family as 22-year-old Evelyn, 17-year-old Ivan, and 9-year-old Julian. They are survived by their parents and a 20-year-old sister. San Antonio police say their vehicle was T-boned as they returned from a nearby store. Taylor Tucker, a neighbor who witnessed the crash, hoped to comfort the hurting parents.
Their children were not alone when they died. We were here with them trying to help them, but there was nothing we could do until the Jaws of Life got here.
That crash happening yesterday morning. That highlights a problem with a busy intersection that neighbors say needs slower traffic and speed limits. The city of San Antonio says a traffic study was done on that stretch of road in 2016, which found low traffic volume in the area. About 100 people showed up to that vigil last night and prayed the rosary for the victims at the crash site. Mark and Steph.
Sarah, thank you. Some other top stories we're following for you this morning. Another powerful storm hitting California.
Tens of thousands of people remain without power as streets and highways now look like rivers. The rain and flooding is causing trees to topple along with several mudslides.
The death toll from the storms is up to at least 14. 2 people were killed by falling trees. Also, a roughly 7-hour search for a missing boy turned up only his shoe before officials called it off as the water levels were too dangerous for divers.
We turn now to Virginia, where we are learning more about the teacher who police say was shot by a 6-year-old student.
As she continues to recover in the hospital this morning, she's being honored for saving lives.
ABC's Andrew Dimbert has that story.
This shooting was not accidental.
Police in Newport News, Virginia, for the first time are explaining what happened inside this school where they say a 6-year-old shot a teacher with a 9mm handgun Friday.
I believe that Miss Zorner, Abigail, that she saved lives on Friday.
The chief emotional as he shared what he says 25-year-old teacher Abby Zwerner said from her hospital bed about the moment a student approached her during a lesson with no warning and pointed a gun at her. She says she raised her hand in a defensive motion and the boy pulled the trigger, sending a bullet through her hand and into her upper chest. Police say another staffer quickly subdued the boy while Zwerner sprang into action to help the rest of her class get to safety.
Mrs. Zwerner was the last person to leave that class, and then she stopped. And she turned around turned around to make sure that every one of those students is safe.
Only then did she get help for her wounds.
That's not surprising, but it is heroic.
Investigators say the gun was legally purchased by the boy's mother and was brought to school in a backpack, but it's unclear how he got a hold of it. Andrew Dimbert, ABC News, New York.
6:37 back here at home. A new clinical study is showing major headway in helping treat those suffering from combat-related PTSD. Dr. Alan Peterson with UT Health San Antonio worked with scientists across the country to study over 200 active duty and veteran service members suffering from post-traumatic stress disorder. They use a technique called prolonged exposure. The therapy allows you to work through trauma in a safe and supportive environment. Also, it allows you to take part in activities you have been avoiding. Now, typically, it's a treatment, we are told, used once a week over months, and many participants drop out before the treatment is completed. This study looked at using prolonged exposure in more intensive 3-week periods. It had a 75% success rate, but Peterson isn't calling this a cure.
Keep moving the needle, pushing the envelope further and further to get better outcomes.
We have more information about the studies and treatments on KSAT.com.
And now to a reminder from our KSAT community partners, as the blood supply remains critically low, donors are needed to meet the demand. Every blood type is needed. And right now you can schedule an appointment with University Health to donate blood. Right now on KSAT.com, we have a list of everything you need to know before you donate.
Time check, 6:38, 57 degrees.
Important news if your kids are starting to plan for college. After the break, how to find hidden scholarships you may not know about. Welcome back at 6:42. If you have kids in college, you know how important scholarships are.
Educational debt is the fastest growing debt category here in America. The average borrower owes almost $38,000 in student loans.
Nancy Alvarez has some hidden scholarships to look out for.
I have a full ride to UCF through Bright Futures.
I had a football scholarship.
I got my tuition paid for 2 or 3 times over.
Recent surveys show $49 billion is awarded in scholarships annually, but an estimated $100 million in scholarship money still goes unawarded each year, mostly due to a lack of applicants.
There are tons of scholarships throughout your local community. If you are involved in a church, a mosque, a synagogue, your local fire department, even the post office offers scholarship opportunities for students.
Most cities have a local Rotary that awards $7.5 million in scholarships each year. Contact your college's financial aid website.
The website has tons of information. Some even have scholarship platforms.
Also, start researching online. One website that lists more obscure scholarships and the dates the applications are due is College Life Made Easy. You can find one just about for everyone, like a pet lover scholarship worth $1,000. All you need to do is send in a photo and caption of your pet. The Pella Post Overcoming Adversity Scholarship is worth $2,000 and is open to children who have incarcerated parents. And there's up to $25,000 up for grabs in the Live Mas Scholarship. All you have to do is submit a 2-minute video on what you're passionate about and how you plan to change the world. Most importantly, get into a routine of hunting for scholarships.
You need to incorporate searching and applying for scholarships and make it a routine habit. And the reason being, it is competitive.
I'm Nancy Alvarez reporting.
Time now 6:44.
Let's check back with Stephen Cavazos.
Yeah, flashing lights here at 1604 at Wiseman Boulevard. I was just mentioning this to Mark. Unfortunately, our first crash that we have picked up of the morning, and it looks like it's there at the intersection. Now, it's not causing a whole lot of problems for drivers out there, but notice that the conditions are still pretty foggy. We are seeing those flashing lights, so first responders are walking and combing through this scene. So you have to make sure anytime, especially with the conditions being foggy like this, that you watch out for the crews working to make the road safer. Hopefully everyone is doing okay out there, but let's tell you where it's at, because it's there along 1604 northbound as you approach Wiseman Boulevard. And again, as you saw, it's just on the intersection. So we're not seeing a buildup on the main lanes of 1604, thankfully. But as we give you a wide look of the metropolitan area and some of those outlying areas, you can see that a lot of red is already starting to build, and that is because we have entered morning rush. So just take your time this morning. Of course, we're going to be watching the roads closely. And as a quick update and reminder, we will also see some drilling work take place place within the next few hours or so along Loop 410 on the northeast side. This should wrap on Friday, January 13th, but we will see a right shoulder closure on Loop 410 eastbound between Perrin Vital and Interchange Parkway. But other than that, the roads have been quiet, but we're going to watch this scene closely throughout the morning. Hopefully everyone's doing okay out there, but unclear exactly what caused this crash, but it's safe to assume that the fog did not help the situation at all.
It's got to be true. Mike Ostrich has to conjure up the famous Al Pacino line, "Say hello to my little friend."
Oh, yeah.
Cute picture.
I went out to Morgan's Wonderland Camp yesterday. We were doing a story for SA Live, and this is their program out there, and they have horses that they have brought in, and all the folks, no matter abilities or, it's all inclusion, can ride some of these horses, or they have wagons for some of the folks in wheelchairs as well. This is going to be coming out on SA Live in just a couple of weeks out there, but this was a little Fonzie. And the whole deal, and what the point is, they were trying to get sponsors for some of these horses for their care and feeding, and this little guy was very sweet. Now, he did have a bit of a sore throat.
Oh, is this he's hoarse?
He's a little horse.
Oh, yeah, there we go. From a mile away, Osterhage. From a mile away, we saw that one.
I have been, no pun intended, chomping at the bit to say that one all morning long, so.
Well done.
That just made my day. Sorry about that. Just humor me out there. Thank you very much for the courtesy applause. All right, visibility out the airport has improved. Port SA, Randolph, New Braunfels as well. And Castroville has gotten better, but now we still have a lot of fog around Hondo. Kerrville is down to 0 visibility, so you go out 10, you're going to run into some of that fog up around Fredericksburg. On top of that, going down 35 in toward Laredo, as well as off to the east. And despite the fact that there's no dense fog advisory, obviously, for Kerrville, Kerr County, nor Gillespie County, you've got a lot of that fog. Elsewhere, the dense fog advisory remains in effect up until 10 o'clock this morning. Wouldn't be surprised if more of the hill country is added to that dense fog advisory, just given the fact that it's down to 0 there at Kerrville and Fredericksburg. So we'll keep some of this fog around this morning. Temperatures are going to be staying pretty steady for the next few hours. Then we are going to be seeing more sunshine later on, mid-70s at noon and 80 high temperature, 15-20 degrees above normal. Plus, we're going to have, even though the humidity is going to drop a little bit in the afternoon, it's still going to be humid enough out there. We'll have plenty of clear skies, and we've got a big storm system off to the west. This is the newsmaker. Now, bad news, a lot of flooding. Good news is all the snowpack up there is going to help with a lot of the reservoirs out there in the western United States and in the Rocky Mountains. Now, that storm system, though, is going to stay just far enough to the north of us to where it's not going to really do us any good as far as any rain, but it will pull a Pacific front through here. That's going to knock out the humidity, and then that's going to allow temperatures to drop down, at least back down to about normal readings by the latter half of the week. But overall, we've got this almost a zonal pattern in the atmosphere, which means everything's coming in here straight west to east, little fluctuations here and there, kind of a kiddie roller coaster, if you will. And you've got this low pulling the front through, cooler air, northwesterly flow the latter portion of the week, and then the high kind of builds back in here. Later on in the weekend, that's going to warm us up slightly, and then we'll have another weak front moving on through here going into next week. But again, no big blasts of cold air, and unfortunately, no rain. 74 degrees at noon, mostly sunny skies. High temperature makes it up to 80. Sunny skies today with enough humidity, you kind of notice it, and then we'll do more in the way of fog tomorrow morning. Very warm in the afternoon. Front moves through early on Thursday, and we'll still be mild starting off within mid-60s for highs through Saturday, mid-40s. And then more clouds and more humidity by late in the weekend.
Any more pony jokes or horse gems or anything that you want to share with the class?
Yeah.
No.
We're ready for more.
Okay. So, although you could say, horse walked into a bar, bartender says, "Why the long face?"
That, if you've never heard Mike say it before, that is an oldie but a goodie that goes back decades for Mike Osterhage.
And right now, both my boys just went,
Dad. 6:49, 57 degrees.
Tomorrow on GMSA, some simple ways you can boost your child's immunity this cold and flu season.
Outside with live cam. Love my morning show family. You guys are a hoot. Out there right now looking towards the airport. You're watching GMSA. 6:53, we go now to a situation developing on San Antonio's northeast side where we are hearing reports of an attempted break-in at a gun shop.
Katrina Weber joins us now live from Austin Highway. Katrina, what do we know so far?
Well, good morning. This involves a business called Ranger Firearms, and according to what the owner tells us, it was a burglary interrupted. Now, police just finishing up here talking to the owner. This is the 1300 block of Austin Highway. The owner tells us that he got a call from police about 5 o'clock this morning telling him that there was an attempted break-in, another attempted break-in, according to him. He says this is the third or fourth time that burglars have targeted his business. He is thankful and very happy they did not get inside this time. He says he had been working with police very closely on trying to catch them. He says, according to his surveillance cameras, it seems to be the same group of people who keep coming back. This time, he tells us there was only one person involved, and police did confirm that they searched the area. They found a saw that they believe that this suspect was using to try to get through the locks on this business. Now, the owner says he heard from police that they have found that suspect. We saw them when they were out in this area in mass. They had their dogs out here looking for that suspect, searching in backyards of homes. And according to the owner, they have caught a suspect, but we have yet to confirm that with police. Reporting live on the northeast side, Katrina Weber, KSAT 12 News.
Before you go, San Antonio police say a woman drove into the bedroom of a northeast side home overnight. It happened just before 1 on Green Jay, not far from Higgins and Lane. Police say the woman was traveling down and crossed over Higgins before going through a fence and into a back bedroom. No one was in the room at the time, so no one was hurt. San Antonio police say the driver was detained on suspicion of a DWI.
And a scary scene in the Converse area overnight as crews responded to a restaurant fire. So this happened around 9:30 at Wu's Chinese Cuisine off of Old Seguin Road. Crews were able to get the flames knocked out quickly without anyone getting hurt. They say it was all sparked by a grease fire in the kitchen.
Coming up today on GMS 8-9, we're checking with the state of our local economy and how small businesses have grown in recent years.
Plus, a local elementary school is being transformed into a dinosaur museum. Tiffany Huertas will be there live to show us the exhibit and to tell us more about what students are learning.
Join us today at 9.
For now, let's go ahead and check in with Steven.
Well, we still have these problems here along 1604 at Wiseman. That intersection is just getting a little bit busier. As you can see, first responders have been trying to clear it out. This is a crash that was reported in the northbound lanes, and we are already seeing a little bit of a buildup take place in other areas of town. But just watch out. Again, the intersection there along Loop 1604 at Wiseman, you will see those flashing lights. But Mike, I'm sure the fog caused a problem, but it has been lingering around.
Yeah, here in the metropolitan area, things have improved out toward the hill country where the fog has gotten thicker just in the past about hour or so. Dense fog advisory up until 10 o'clock this morning, and we're in the mid 50s right now. We're going to be up to 80 later on today. Plenty of sunshine. We do it all over again tomorrow. Then a front moves through Thursday.
Looks good. Thank you, Mike. Thanks for joining us today.
Have a great morning. Good Morning America's next. We'll see you back here at 9.